Hello! Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. It's Dee Dee. How's it going? It's Diana. I live. How is everybody? Hi. Ooh, it's been 2 days. I don't think anyone remember. I think most of y'all are too young to know the Bare Naked Ladies, which is, well, they were in Shrek, so maybe you guys do know. They have one song called 1 Week. It's been 1 week since you looked at me. Sorta crazy. 1 week since you laughed at me. Blah, 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 blah. Good evening, Zan. And I saw Ranger was here. Hello, Ranger. Ooh, big stretch. She returns after so many years. Hello, Jambola. I know, it's only been 2 days, but because I don't usually take consecutive days off, it feels like it's been forever. So what you guys got up to? I haven't pulled for Yitada yet. I will fix that! Why not? I will fix that! After being all excited today, I'm like, oh shit. I came home, did some stuff, had like a 20-minute nap, woke up feeling like there was fur in my mouth. You know that feeling when you fall asleep but you didn't brush your teeth? Terrible. But yeah, Monday was my usual day off. I took Tuesday off because Iduna was coming back from a trip. So she was tentatively, she's like, can we catch up on Tuesday and like watch the Twisted Wonderland anime? And I'm like, sure. She was still dead. So I just played a whole bunch of gacha games, which is fine. It was nice to have a couple days break without a schedule kind of thing. Because even on Monday, my day off, I sort of have a schedule because I'm either doing chores or hanging out with friends offline and all that stuff. So it's nice to have some time that was not scheduled and I could just be like, you know what? I'm gonna do whatever. I'm gonna eat dinner whenever I feel like it. Gonna do this, gonna do that. It was lovely because of that. Let's see. I've been playing Duet Night Abyss. Stella Soda's got its current event right now, which is fun. Not many people are playing Resonance Solstice, which is the train gacha that I talked about. And I mean, I've been really enjoying it. I have a new waifu in that one. Surprise! She's technically one of the main characters, but she's an 3-star unit, so I'm like, oh god. If they ever make merch for this gacha game, she's probably not gonna be included. I'm gonna have to make my own can of badges and stuff. You're an adult, you can do whatever you want for these few hours, true. Isn't that how it goes as a kid? You're like, oh, I can't wait to be an adult and do, like, whatever I want. And then you become an adult and you're restricted by all of these obligations. And you're like, yeah, I technically had less freedom as a kid because I had restrictions placed on me. But at the same time, I had less responsibilities. Responsibilities when you were a kid were like what? Do your homework? Do your chores? That's about it? That's about it? Now if you have children of your own, your obligations are work, obligations to your spouse, obligations to your kids. Obligations out the wazoo, out the ear. There's no freedom. Freedom? No. But yeah, Resident Solstice is fun because as part of what you do in that, like yes, there are card deck themed battles and stuff, but you're playing as a conductor, right? And you're traveling across the country by train. You actually drive the train. And you actually pick up goods in different cities to sell as part of, like, trading. And that's how you get the money to upgrade your characters and all that stuff. So it's actually pretty fun because of that. I had three rolls for like 3 10 pulls for Yidata ready. Shockingly, nothing happened. That's normal. Give it a couple weeks and I'll farm my way to octopus, octopi, potato, patata. No, I'm trying to think. What else about Resident Solstice has been fun? They have anime cutscenes in it, and at first I was mad because, you know, they give you the option to pick whatever gender. But the male, conductor showed up in cutscenes even though I'm the girl, and I'm like, what's up with that? But then in a later cutscene, the girl actually shows up, and I'm like, was that a bug, or are you guys just like... So you don't have to commission 2 of every cutscene. You guys just alternate between which conductors in which scene. It's weird because it feels like more people play female MC usually, yeah. Unless, like, you know, you really, really, really wanna, like, role play as, like, the conductor who has, like, I wouldn't say he has a harem. It's one of those few cases where, like, you can't see the main character pulling. Like, Livia, who is your assistant / like, you know, the second in command of the train, she's definitely into the main character, and there is another girl, Arena, who definitely is. Everyone else, they're like, hey, yeah, you're cool. Like, Elliot. Another funny thing about this game is they use a lot of boys' names for female characters. So, when I first saw Elliot, like, just like the headshot portrait, I'm like, boy? And then they show up and they've got Booba. I'm like, never mind, girl. And then there's a girl named Connor and Julian. So I'm like, alright, it's just a trend then. But yeah, like, Elliot, I peg as being, like, at least bisexual. And I'm not, like, just saying that for once, because when they go to the bar and they meet Arena, who is a very busty bartender, Elliot got really excited. Like, when she asked for what they wanted to drink, Elliot's like got real excited and tried to pull this suave, oh, make me a drink like how I'm feeling kind of thing. And I'm like, I'm like, I don't know. Like, that seems pretty. I'm really into this bartender. I don't know. But yeah, it's been fun. That one's been fun overall. It's like, hey, the world is in ruins because we don't know exactly what happened. They haven't explained it yet, but like, I guess aliens showed up, set up an extra moon in the sky, and everything fell to ruin. And now there's like the bonfire cities, which are cities that are like the humanity can live outside the bonfires, but like the bonfire cities have like the generators that keep reality stable and keep the monsters away. So yeah, the trains are like carrying goods and people between the cities, because the trains themselves have the stabilizers as well. Because like, they're really expensive, these stabilizers, so it's not like you can put them in a car. And it sounds like they're massive, like really big, like trying to put like, you know, a generator in your car and drive. It's not gonna work kind of thing. But yeah, it's fun. It's just driving around on the train. Chugga, 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 chugga. It's very relaxing. And there's 2 composers on it. I forget who the second one is. But the first one is Hiroyuki Sawano, who's like famous from doing Attack on Titan and like a whole bunch of other stuff. Promare and all that stuff. You definitely, like, their styles are pretty cohesive, so it's hard to pinpoint who is doing what, but every time I'm here, I'm like, yeah, this sounds like Sawano. Like, normal, like, kind of like goofy music and stuff. Diana! Hello, Art! Smarty 3 potion, beautiful. See? You're gonna ace your exams now. Welcome in. I was just yapping at length about my newest hyperfixation, which is the newly... Oops. What happened here? Oh, I bumped one of the things under my desk. We good. But yeah, I'm talking about my newest hyperfixation, which is the newly released gacha game Resonant Solstice, aka the train gacha. Where, yes, you collect waifus and husbandos, and you fight in card-based battles against aliens and stuff. But also you drive a train and you pick up goods and you sell them in other cities for profit. Smarty23, exactly! I named it after omega-3s, which, you know, are supposed to be good for your brain. That was where the inspiration came from. I'm still playing a lot of the new gacha games. My poor PC. My PC is like exploding. I had to move some of my less graphically intense gacha games over to my external hard drive to try and free up some space. I believe it's found in fish, yes. Omega-3 pills generally come from fish oil. There are other sources, but that's the most popular one, and you can get it seaweed as well, I think. Either way, it's primarily like a maritime, marine kind of thing. But yeah, now I'm just desperately shuffling stuff around between my SSD and my external SSD. Because oh my god. I briefly looked up what it was, the cost of, like, you know, like a 3 terabyte. And I'm like, why are they $500? Why are there the SSDs for internal PC are so freaking tiny, but they're all like $500. I'm like, Jesus Christ. That's half that's my entire grocery budget for the month. So I'm like, okay. Pitch the pennies. I've got $50 set aside. I mean, Mama Mellis and Papa Mellis always give generous Christmas money as well. But I'm like, man! $500 for this little thing. And I still have to crack open the PC and put it in myself. No wonder people get nervous about building PCs. I knew building PCs were expensive. I didn't realize that the hard drive is like 90% of the cost of building the PC. Terrible. I mean, it is what it is, but yeah. I'm like, oh my god, why? Do I just want to get 1 terabyte? Another 1 terabyte might be slightly cheaper, but then I'm gonna have like 3 hard drives, all of which don't really have a ton of space except for the external one, which apparently is half useless because everything wants the internal SSD now. It's like, what's the goddamn point of the external ones now? It's a scam! It's all a scam! Hate it. Hate it! Why did we become gamers? Why did we get into gaming? It's so freaking expensive. Even when you, like, remove gacha, like, the gacha of the gachas out of the equation, the amount of space you need for gacha games. Like, on my phone right now, I have 1 million of those, little, like, match 3 type games, because some of the survey apps I do are like, oh, we'll give you extra points / money if you play the games that we're partnered with. So it's like, I've got 8 of these buggers on my phone. I cannot squeeze another gacha game on here when I already have FGO on here. But I can squeeze in 8 more of these match 3 games. Either the gacha games are massively bloated, or they are the worst optimized thing ever. The waifus are too big. They take up so much data. The gigabytes stand for gigabooba. That's why they're so big. Alright, enough of me ranting about life. It's been 30 minutes of me yaparooning. Let's get on to the game. We've got case 5 brewing. We're getting very close to, well, it's the last case of the game. We're getting close to the end. And close, I mean relatively speaking. We know how this game is. Oh yeah, And one more thing before I forget again, because I just remembered. I started, I'm trying to like figure out ways to reduce my migraines at work, and one of the suggestions was, wear a big hat with a brim or wear sunglasses indoors. And I'm like, I don't know which would be worse. The cat girl wearing an even bigger hat that fits, or the cat girl wearing sunglasses? Goes against everything I was raised about, you know. Still need to do Apollo justice? Oh yeah! It's on the list. And then also the Great Ace Attorney. Which is what I mean, the Apollo Justice games are great. But the Great Ace Attorney is just really fun because of Hairlock Sholmes. Oh my god, Jambola, that emoji. Yeah, that is exactly it. So yeah, it's like, do I wanna wear a hat indoors and ruin and drive my parents crazy? Or do I wanna wear sunglasses indoors and be that loser? Hello. Oh, and let me know. Hang on. What? Let me check. Because I keep meaning to update the link, the Nightbot's link for the Discord. I updated it in other places, but I think I forgot to do it for that one. Link expire? Yeah. As soon as I saw that, I was like, oh shoot. I'm like, did I remember to fix that during my 2 days off? I did not. Hang on, we will fix this. Hang on. Oh, no, I need to... There we go. So there's that. We'll do that now. And while I'm thinking of it... Because I am so terrible at remembering. Link does whatever it wants. I swear to God. I've set this thing not to expire so many times. And it just does whatever the heck it wants. Do. Expires. Never. Can you help me with a quick hypothetical? Sure. What's up? While I'm fixing this, why not? There. Now, hopefully that's the end of that. And we need the sound for this, but... Oh, no, there is sound. It's just... There's just no sound in this particular moment. It's just a dead silent courtroom. Ah, there we go. There we go. very, very strange to see a judge that isn't, you know, the bearded guy. So person A likes to joke around in a way person B doesn't like. This is how person A shows love. Person B makes it apparent they don't like it, though. So who's in the right there? Person B, technically. Because I can understand teasing to show love, because I also do that. But if someone tells you explicitly they don't like something, you need to respect them and not do the thing. You can still joke around and tease them. If, like, you know, overall, they're okay with teasing, they're just not okay with the particular joke. Like, for example, we'll take, the whole auntie thing. Because, you know, some younger people in my server tried to get into the habit of calling me auntie, and I kept going, no, I don't like that, no, I don't like that. Finally, I was like, okay, no, don't do that. Like, I let it go, but don't do that anymore. When they make that, and like, same thing, I know I was being called auntie out of love, but I don't like it. It makes me feel bad about myself. So, like, in that case, it's like, yeah, it doesn't feel great for either party, I would say. Because person A would probably feels bad that, you know, they hurt person B's feelings. And person B probably doesn't feel great about having to assert a boundary when they know the person doesn't mean any harm. But it's like, if it hurts your feelings, it hurts your feelings. Even if you don't mean to hurt someone's feelings, you're still at fault, tactically. Like, there was no malicious intent, but you gotta take responsibility for the fact that, like, you hurt the person. And, like, it doesn't need to be a crazy thing, just like, oh, shoot, sorry. I didn't really realize, you didn't like that. I didn't mean anything bad by it, honestly. But if, like, even knowing that you're still not okay with it, then, like, let me know, and I'll stop. And if they're like, yeah, the intent doesn't matter, I just don't like it, then it's like, okay, moving on. And it can be hard, because, yeah, I used to, do that too. I just kind of exploded on accident, so I felt bad. Aw, yeah, it happens. Another example is, this was actually me and Iduna, my bestie. Because, we both used to joke around about like, oh, Iduna, you're lucky you're cute because you're not very bright kind of thing. And I thought it was okay. Because, you know, she was self-deprecating and doing it to herself. And eventually she's like, you know, you're actually really crushing my self-confidence. And I'm like, oh. Okay, shit. I didn't know it was that bad kind of thing. So it's like, person A, in this case me, meant no harm. But person B, and I mean, she didn't say anything for quite a long time. And sometimes it takes a while for a person to realize, hey, actually, you know what? This really bothers me. And I mean, this is a situation from 4 years ago? This was before I even started streaming. So it's not like it's a recent thing, but yeah. So yeah, it happens, because yeah, I'm a joker. I tease you guys a lot, but I try to keep in mind, I'm like, okay, like, you know, at some point, you might hurt someone's feelings. That's why, like, you know, for example, we teased Zexu about the time we caught him texting in chat while he was driving. And, you know, we keep joking about it, but, like, you know, I'm like, okay, like, yeah, like, seriously, like, if this, like, really bothers you, like, honestly, just say it. And Zexu's like, nah, I don't mind. And it's like, okay, then we can keep going with the joke. So yeah, it's like, if you check in and someone's like, hey, you, like, this is still okay, then yeah, the joke can continue. If the person's not okay with it, then it's like, okay, yeah, it's gotta stop. Like, again, in the auntie situation, it wasn't bad when, you know, like, Zexu would just bring it up because, you know, we were teasing him about something, and he's like, oh, well, you know, shut up, auntie, kind of thing, like, you know, as a comeback. But when it starts becoming a thing that's catching on, then it's like, no, now I'm not okay with that. I needed an outside opinion? Hey, no problem. Understand. And I mean, we were just chit-chatting about stuff. You didn't interrupt the game or anything, so yeah. Cause yeah, I don't mind people asking for advice when we're at the beginning or end of stream. It's great when the A plot can be a lesson in the B plot. So true. So true. Alrighty. me. Is the defense ready to proceed? If no one told you in a while you are enough and doing your best, that goes for everyone. Aw, thank you. And yes, appreciate it. It's always good to remind people of this stuff. Oh my god, Iduna got me in the feels in the food court when we were hanging out, because she was like, you know, like, I'm proud of you. You need to hear that, and you need to hear it more often, because I really am proud of you. And I'm like, girl, I'm just here eating a poutine. Don't hit me in the feels. Hey, it's Fender! I mean, Daisuke Jigen from Lupin the Third. You bet. Bring it on, Big G. Francisca! The prosecution has been ready for some time. While setting up the Kudo board at the Discord, Iduna helped a lot. I noticed that too. She has very much deserved a love for you. Aww! Yeah. We've known each other for, like, oh my god, like 15 years at this point. We've been through our ups and downs, but it's definitely one of those cases where we've both worked to keep the relationship healthy, which is why for both of us, when, like, you know, when someone cuts someone off with zero communication, we're like, why? How can you do that? Because we're both very much the type to be like, yeah, this is a really hard and shitty conversation. This is a really long and, like, this is a really shitty conversation to have, but it's important to have. Y'all's relationship is 5 years younger than me. Good night. Funny how that happens, yeah. Oh my god, I clicked too fast. Where? There we go. The original attorney in this case, Rosie Rayner, was murdered, while the original prosecutor, Eustace Winner, has disappeared. So, you know, we brought in the only other two characters in this universe. I mean, Winston Payne is still around. Who's, like, one of the other prosecutors, but yeah, he's, like, in nothing anymore. So Fender and Francisca have taken over in their places. Very well. Let me begin by apologizing for the delayed start to these proceedings. The crime we are here to adjudicate? Potato potato? Took place in a prison, an institution of the judiciary. What's more, the fact that the defendant was the warden of said prison carries grave implications. These two factors combined caused pre-trial preparations to take more time than usual. And then, the unfortunate passing of the attorney in charge, Mr. Rosie Rayner, delayed the trial yet further. But now we are ready to begin at last. Mr. Fender, Miss Von Karma. The court thanks you both for stepping in at such short notice. Hey, no sweat. Rosie was your pal, right? And this was her last case. Couldn't exactly say no, could I? You'll have to bear with me though, gang. Didn't exactly get a ton of time to read the paperwork. How about you, Fran? Everything cool over on your side? Just what you want your defense attorney to be. Say like, hey, sorry in advance. I didn't really read the paperwork. Like, I'm not really prepared. I'm just kind of improvising here. It's hardly ideal for the prosecutor in charge of the case to have run off and abandoned it. But justice can't sit around waiting for him to grow a spine. The evidence has just been handed to me, so yes, I'm ready. Thank you both. Very well. Bring the accused, Miss Fifi Lagal, to the stand. She's still wearing her coat made of ferrets. I invite the prosecution to make its opening statement. All right. The accused was... Let me stop you right there, darling. Oh, that's gonna go over well. What is it, Miss Legald? Do you need to go to the bathroom? Oh, I was just wondering if you could tell me something. That something being why on earth I'm here. Beg your pardon? Ma'am, you were convicted. Or rather, you were on trial for a murder that we proved. But will they, dear? Really? After watching your big head tiny cat streams, I've lost the plot. Oh no! Yeah, so, basically, this fifth case is tying everything else in the game together. This girl, Fifi Lagald, was from the third case, I believe. Basically, Bronco Knight, who was one of the bodyguards for the president of Zenfa, was found convicted, was, like, arrested for murder and, like, attempted assassination and stuff like that. And while he was in the detention center awaiting trial, he was murdered. And we managed to prove through evidence, blah, 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 that Fifi Lagald did it. And now, like, you know, now her trial is happening. How many Ace Attorney games are there? 10. There's the Phoenix Wright trilogy, 1, 2, 3. The 2 Edgeworth games, which we've been playing. Then there's the 3 Apollo Justice games. And then after that, they made 2 more, which are set, like, they're prequels, basically. About, like, and the main character is Phoenix's great-grandfather? Something like that? Like, it was set in, at the end of, like, the Meiji era, which is, like, late 1800s. almost putting up FF numbers. Oh yeah, and then there's like a couple. There's like a crossover game with Professor Layton, but like no one really talks about that one. But yes, it's been going for a long time. The very first Ace Attorney game was on the Game Boy Advance. The most recent one, the Great Ace Attorney 2, was on the Switch. Switch and now like PC and stuff. So yeah, it's been quite a journey. I'm kind of like more, please, but also if they're like, dear God, it's been 20 years, let us rest. I understand. Because, I mean, I get why they went and they did The Great Ace Attorney. And The Great Ace Attorney came out many years after the last quote unquote Ace Attorney game, because it's like the journey of Phoenix, Apollo, and Athena, the three attorneys, has concluded, right? Have I seen the live actions though? I've seen the live action movie from ages ago that covers the first game. I have not seen the plays, no. I remember you talking about them being good. But yeah, Fifi Lagoud being like, why am I here? Like, woman, what are you talking about? You were arrested for murder. You are on trial for murder. What do you mean? What am I doing here? The comedic gold makes sense. I mean, the Ace Attorney movie was really good too. Cause like in the games, right? Every time someone gets convicted not guilty, there's confetti, right? They included that in the movie. But it's just a dude like throwing a bucket worth. And then as like Phoenix is climbing the stairs and talking to Mia, you see some janitor in the background sweeping up all of the confetti. Yeah, no, it's so funny. It then like, it has the serious moments. It feels like you get whiplash. But yeah, only time I have ever seen in live action, like, the anime face plant. When they're so surprised by something they like fall over? They actually do that in the movie. Like the entire courtroom does it in unison. I can't imagine how many takes that took. Yeah, I mean, it's easier because they were all sitting down, right? So it's like they all fall out of their seats, basically. But some dedication, right? If I remember correctly, it was in response to because like if you remember Ace Attorney 1, there's a part where they're like, oh, so it's if the radio DJ said it's almost Christmas, that means it wasn't Christmas. And then, Edgeworth and the entire gallery fall out of their chair like, for crying out loud, Nick, of course. Like, your job, traumatic faceplant? Imagine being an extra for that scene, because there were like some people wearing like full Lolita dresses in that audience. Like clearly they were like, yeah, you're an extra on this movie, come dressed however the heck you want. And we love that. Yes, God, the wakes. The wakes for the people must have been crazy because you know Phoenix and Edgeworth have like their normal hair. Maya's is a wig as well, but probably less dramatic because you know she just needs like the weird little bun, but the murder in question happened at the prison where Miss Lagalde worked as warden. The victim, Juan Bronco Knight, was being held in the detention center. But the prosecution's case will show that Miss Lagalde took him from the holding cells and murdered him. And she did so with this knife. Huh? Is something the matter, Miss Von Karma? How can that? No! The evidence! Huh? What gives, Fran? Everything okay? The murder weapon. It's not here! And neither is Bodhi Hada Cadus's chisel. What? Say it ain't so! Well, this ain't good. Eustace, what have you done? Silence! Silence! Miss Von Karma, explain yourself. I wish I could, Your Honor. No murder weapon, huh? Then what exactly are we all doing here? Oh, you orchestrated this somehow. Somehow. Really, darling, you shouldn't volunteer to prosecute a case if you can't even keep the evidence safe. I can only work with what the previous prosecutor gave me. Oh, little boy winner strikes again. Hey, G. What is it, Mr. Fender? Guess we know where this is going, huh? Let's kick this one down the road a little further, shall we?
Overruled.
The court hereby denies the defense's request. Why? You're missing evidence. How does that even make sense? What? Don't be like that. What's the dealio? She's absolutely right, of course. We simply can't have any more delays. Let's get on and show everybody how wonderfully innocent I am, shall we?
Objection!
Innocent? I'll thank you to take this seriously. Oh, but I am, darling, and you don't have any evidence. You just said so yourself. In the courtroom, evidence is everything. Haven't I heard that somewhere before? This is absolute insanity. I can't believe she's got the balls to do this when she was being blackmailed by the assassin in her prison. It is. What? What? Without the items in question, the prosecution's case against the defense cannot proceed. As such, this court hereby declares the accused, Fifi Lagalde, not guilty.
Objection!
Whoa, 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 whoa. Hold the phone there, Hasty Pants. You can't go dropping a verdict just like that. Forgive me, but why is the defense objecting to its client being acquitted? Don't be cute, kiddo. You know as well as I do, little Miss Warden over there is guilty as all heck. And as for the murder weapon, you were right there when we found it. Mr. Fender, it is incumbent upon this court to see that fair judgment is afforded to all. And as an instrument of the court, I cannot allow my experiences or opinions to interfere with my work. What a sham! This is all a sham! Judge Gavel, who was present when the murder weapon was found. And the Judge Gavel you see before you in the courtroom today as two entirely different people. Now that is just baloney. I'm sorry, but I call baloney on that. Gee, you're killing me here. I have no choice but to pass judgment based on the available evidence. We haven't even presented a case yet. You're like, well, yeah, well, whatever. Objection! And we have the evidence, just not sure. You know, at least she's honest. Her father would have just bluffed his way through everything. Give me some time, just a little. I'll find it, I swear to you. The prosecution hereby requests a recess. Oh, yeah, the defense does that too. Come on, Your Honor. Don't do us like this. Very well. The court accepts the request. Really, Verity? You want to help anybody bowing to pressure like that, you know? You're really calling the judge by her first name? There will be a 15-minute recess. I suggest that both the prosecution and the defense use the time well. Understood. What a mess! Just a big old freaking mess. Saved by the Bell, huh? God, that was a show when I was a kid. Very well. We will reconvene in 15 minutes. Where's Edgy when you need him? He gave up his badge for various circumstances. This guy, this is the third time he's been like, do I really want to be a prosecutor? Is this what I want to do with my life? And yet, he keeps going in this career for like 30 more years. Is it 30? Well, maybe 20 for sure. He's in the final Ace Attorney game. But oh my god, time has changed. He's wearing glasses. I'm like, oh my god. Nick and Edgeworth have aged. Which isn't that surprising because, like, you know, the time difference between the third Phoenix Wright game and the first Apollo Justice game is a couple decades. They probably figured out everyone's ages. Dun 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 da 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 da. Documented age range 35. They act like they're in their 50s in like this. Wow. I guess he's just like his father. He's not aging well. Because, you know, he shows up and he's got glasses and, like, he's become the chief prosecutor and stuff like that. So, like, you know, it sounds like he's late in his career, but nah. Because they're 27. at the end of the third Phoenix Wright game. I thought the time leap was a couple decades. I guess it's just like 7 years or something. Jeez. Some basically age in reverse? Yeah, I mean, it depends on your genetics. I mean, everyone jokes that Araki, who writes JoJo's Bizarre Adventures, is a vampire because he has not changed in any of his photos from when he started writing JoJo in the 80s until now. Like, he calls himself a vampire, and then you see photos of him and he hasn't changed at all. It's like, he might not be lying about that. He didn't get inspiration for JoJo. He lifted. Oh god. He just changed the setting to England, so no one would catch on. But he's actually like a rich Japanese boy from like the late 1800s. This is based on a true story. Some names have been changed to protect the innocent, aka it's mine. So that's why the series gets more and more fantastical as it goes on, because it's like, okay, we're past the point I'm telling my life story. I'm just making shit up as I go now. And I mean, kudos to you, buddy, because like the plot of Steel Ball Run is basically we're trying to find Jesus' corpse. We're having the grand old horse race across the country. And, in secret, we're trying to find the pieces of, the Holy Sun. Or whatever it is, but yeah. True to JoJo's form, when the plot drops that, I'm like... True to JoJo's form, I was not even shocked. I'm like, yeah, that sounds about right. Diego Brando, aka Dio Brando, in the retcon universe, turns into a velociraptor. Yeah, whatever. Sounds about right. Yes, of course we did. We did indeed get that knife. Out of the alligator. With a really annoying metal detector! It's the metal detector, sir. It's reacting to the alligator. Speaking of real life, it gets sillier. Your Honor, I'd like to remind you of this piece of evidence. The chisel? Yes, the chisel. The chisel whizzle. Didn't we just figure out this? Is it the murder weapon? And then you went and lost it, you wiener! You might recall that Mr. Canis hit the chisel in his dog's mouth, which is crazy! But I mean, I guess the dog was trained to be an assisted assassin, so it knows not to swallow the knife or anything. Still absolute bananas a concept, but hey. Would you believe that the real murder weapon was hidden in much the same way? The ferret licking her sweat. I crave that mineral. Salt. That's right, the murder weapon is hidden inside the alligator. So, did somebody steal it or what? I mean, that would be the logical conclusion, Kay. Mr. Edgeworth! You stole it? Kiki, you can't do that! There's a trial going on! The criminal's about to get away! Give it back! What did I steal again? The murder weapon! Give it back! Right now! Oh, my bad. My bad. Hello, Keiki. Welcome in. Miss Berry, Mr. Saint, are you here to watch a trial? I'll give it back, alright? Joking? Moonbeats! Get 'em! How's it going? It's going, it's going. We are chugging our way through this game. This is the last trial of the game. Definitely not finishing it tonight. We're still early in the case, but hey, it's exciting to be on the last one. Yeah, we heard it was going to be a real fun show. Do you know where we need to go? Well, that depends what trial you're here to see. Okay. Hot take puts you on trial. Me? Whatever for? Being too cute? In that case, I'm guilty as charged, but I'd rather not do jail time. But yeah, so here's some fun facts. As someone who went to journalism school and had to do a stint as a court reporter to graduate, when you go to trial, there's this thing called a docket, which lists all the cases that will be taking place in each courtroom that day. So if you're looking for a specific trial, it's on the list outside the door. If I remember correctly, you can ask the employees to look up the courtroom for you, but you can also just technically go around to every door and check the list. It's the judicial version of a schedule, correct? Yeah, that's what the docket is. Because, I mean, yeah, you know, in the Ace Attorney universe, there's only one case going on at all times. But especially if it's, like, you know, just a civil case, the judge is, like, you know, sitting through 10 cases a day, basically. Like, you know, if it's just like, oh, yeah, it's the landlord versus, or, like, landlord versus their tenant kind of thing, or, like, that kind of thing. Like, yeah, it's like, you know, 10, they just sit through, like, a whole day of that stuff. So, yeah, it's all on the docket. God. I had the pants scared off of me at one point, though, because usually, because there's so many cases that go through during that day, and most people are in that courtroom because someone they know is gonna be on trial in that room today. So very few people stick around. Judge frickin' calls me out at one point because I've been sitting in there for like 2 hours. that saying? It's just like, you know, you jumped from your chair like you've been electrocuted? That was me. Like, hi, sorry, I'm a journalism student from, like, X college. I'm here to do, like, my court report, like, rotation. And, like, he wasn't mad or unkind or anything. They're just so intimidating. And yeah, having the judge call you out in a room full of people, be like, oh yeah, we seem to have someone who's been sitting here for quite a while. Can I help you? I'm like, ah! Especially when you're, like, relatively young. Like, you know, like, 19, 20 or whatever. Like, yeah, scares the pants off you. You bear witness to every trial. Hi, yes, I am God. I am the goddess of justice. I'm just here to oversee that justice will be served. Hey, where's Eustace? Eustace ran away with his tail between his legs. This is case 5. We don't know where he is. Last case ended with his father calling him a nincompoop and incompetent, and Eustace ran away crying. Terrible. Indeed. And now we can't find the murder weapon and all this stuff. He's not a coward. He's very brave for running away. Sure, of course. We were late because of practice, but it's somewhere around here, right? Simeon, there's kind of a problem. They lost the evidence, the knife and the chisel. So they called a recess and kicked us all out of the courtroom. What? But no, they can't! They're not gonna arrest you again, are they? Regina, this is no joking matter. Don't say that! No. Gee, I forgot how easy it is to upset you. Thanks. Thanks, Kay. How about saying you're sorry? Huh? How dare he embarrass me like that? Speaking of easy to upset. Francisca? Do I hear zoomies? Oh, uh-oh. Francina, Frandorella, chill, okay? Just chill. Frandorella. Come on, put the whip away. That's it. That's it. Hello, Mexen. How are you? That idiot of a so-called prosecutor. I'll find him and I'll wring his neck? I mean, understandable. I'll make him eat whip for breakfast, lunch, and dinner! Yeah, Milester, you gotta calm it down! Kid's gone cuckoo! Oh, guess I better at least try. Francisca. Oh, it's you. Good morning, Mr. Ex-Prosecutor. Good morning, crazy Sheila. Cuckoo? Oh god, what's that? What's that frickin' anime? Something cuckoo. A couple of cuckoos, that's it. Francisca? You shouldn't be here, you know? You're not in the right line of work anymore. You should be at home planning whatever it is you need to do with the rest of your life. You thought I'd never hear this word, what, cuckoo? What are you going to do, Francisca? You only have 15 minutes. Should you be wasting them whipping the shit out of everyone? Don't you think I know that? And wipe that infuriatingly reasonable look off your face. You're like a news anchor probably reading the news or something. My bad. And it's utterly exasperating. Little sisters, am I right? It's probably better that I don't rise to that. Knight's murder. I never imagined you would be the one prosecuting this case, Francisca. Nor did I, but what a case. The murder of a presidential bodyguard. And by the warden of a prison, no less. The murder weapon was properly entered into evidence and everything. And yet, when you went to present the knife to the court, it wasn't there. That imbecile! Not only did he abandon his case, he made me look like a total fool. Yuck! The next time I see that little coward, I'll whip him into shape if it's the last thing I do. Valid. You go ahead and do that, but quit taking it out on the people around him. Easier said than done, I'm afraid. Craving umami? Well, I mean, umami is less a flavor. I mean, I guess it is technically a flavor, but you can't just buy, like, you know, umami-flavored snacks, like... So I guess you could just eat a spoonful of MSG. That's close enough. Fender! Hey, Meister! So you got the old memory back, huh? Sure did! I'm me again! Yeah, new worried 6 ways till Sunday! Cute. Not that. Other K wasn't a blast, too. What a concept. Great chicken nuggets? Don't know if chicken nuggets count, but hey, they're definitely tasty. welcome back, kiddo. Bring it in. No. Still not gonna hug the weird uncle. We need to be thinking about this trial right now, okay? Yeah, I guess things did go pretty pear-shaped, huh? Just slightly. Damn. Spam detected, Sari bot added, block term, best viewers. Sheesh. Alright, the trial. Some people program some really good bots for, like, blocking other bots. It's bot versus bot out here. The bot wars are upon us. We need to dig up this missing evidence, lickety split. Check Fifi's code. I bet she's got it. Incidentally. God. But we can't count on them putting the trial on hold for much longer. Yeah, it's a stumper, alright. Guess somebody's gonna have to stall the judge, huh? I mean, I don't know if it's because Jambola can't sleep, but he's always here for my evening stream, so I think he just sleeps late. That's an expected look if I've ever seen one. Miles Edgeworth. I'm a night owl. Yeah, that's what I figured. Especially since you're around for our watch-alongs that would end at, like, 2 a.m. your time. Can't help but notice you still haven't asked for your prosecutor's badge back, bucko. Finally decided to come walk the path of righteousness with me and your old man, huh? The committee has my badge, that much is true, but I haven't given it up just yet. I'm still not ready to walk in my father's footsteps. No? Well, it's not like there's a deadline. You do you for as long as you need. The old family office will be waiting to welcome you with open arms when you're done. Thank you, Panda. Aww. somebody would go sniff out the evidence for us. Me. Wink, 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 wink. Like, you know, the very inconspicuous, like, very exaggerated. Fine. We'll do it. Way to go, Mozio! You're sure? I'll do what I can, but that might not be much in 15 minutes. Fran and me will buy you as much time as we can, okay? G won't be banning that hammer first until you've made it back with the goods, I promise. What makes you think I'd accept your help? Okay. How about some advice instead? That you seriously consider a new career as a news anchor? Have I repeatedly mentioned my adoration towards Fender? You have not. But please, mention it. I like Fender. He's great. I never heard anything about him until we started playing this game. Because, this Ace Attorney game in particular wasn't localized until last year. Like, there was a fan translation and stuff like that. But, like, I didn't follow that, so I had no idea this character existed. But I love him, he's great. I thought there were only 3 games before you started streaming? Yeah, most people know the original trilogy. Unless you're a fan, you haven't kept up with the others. Come on, friend. Clock's a tick-tock in here. Time to step up. Tick-tock on the clock. DJ Polish because da-da-da-da-da. Are y'all too young for Kesha? Did I just, like, age myself dramatically? Alright, fine. We will stall the trial for as long as we can. But you better get your ex-prosecutor butt in gear. His paper reading, yeah. It's good to see that he kind of dropped that bad habit. As funny as it was, I was really concerned for his stomach. And I mean, I know everybody's got their quirks, but I don't know. Might kind of freak out your client if your defense attorney starts eating his notes. You know, I quite like having you run errands for me. Maybe this could be your new career instead. Oh God. Being Francisca's assistant? I'm glad you're on board. Cause I'm not. I can help too. I don't want to be arrested again. Ooh, this sounds fun! Can I Aren't you in your 20s by now? Why are you still like this? 17, never mind. I guess this is taking place the same year as, like, game 3? Because she was 16 in the second Ace Attorney game? What's your source? I hate it. Very well, where shall we begin? I think we need to go speak to a certain somebody, don't you? Who will we need to speak to in order to find out where the evidence went? Fifi? I imagine? Or... it's either Fifi or Eustace. Oh god, he's also 17. Christ. Francisca is so pretty. Like, what the heck? Anyway, Eustace? That's right, the supposed custodian of the evidence in question. Eustace Winner. I mean Wiener. Oh, the new prosecutor guy? Okay, we're on it. Thank you, Mr. Saint. Alrighty then, think we better huddle and talk tactics, huh, friend? Wiener. His name is Winner, but he's a loser, so he's Wiener. Eustace is a wiener. Just the two of us. Oh! Don't keep me waiting, Miles Edgeworth. Just the two of us. Ow! We can do it if we try. Just the two. Ow! I'll try not to. We'll be back as soon as we can. Oh, Franny Pooh, wait up! That's gonna get you whipped, buddy. Why are you calling her that? What a menace, what a menace. Alright, we need to find Mr. Winner and fast. Whoa! Judge Gavel. Hey, we didn't expect to see you here. In the courthouse where you work. Yeah. Fancy seeing you here, huh? Ah! Mr. Edgeworth, a pleasure as always. The pleasure is all mine. Would you like to conveniently go have a coffee so we can delay this shit? A pleasure? How is it a pleasure? And what was that all about just now? I'll be leaving, okay. It was good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Have a good sleep. Okay, stop it. But Judge Gavel knows that horrible woman is the killer. Why the heck would she? I mean, technically, as a judge, you can't exactly convict someone based on personal feelings, so technically she's not wrong in that. But not giving them time to find out what's going on? That's not great. Evidence is the only language the goddess of justice understands. It's very inconvenient, you know. We've tried Latin, we've tried ancient Greek. It's just nothing, just evidence. It's very difficult to communicate that way. My own personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. To be this hard and unforgiving? There's something I'd like to ask you, if you don't mind. Please, go ahead. What were you doing on the roof of the big building 2 nights ago? The roof? You met the president up there, didn't you? We've seen security footage of the 2 of you. And is there something wrong with that? Not technically, but you know, he's dead, so... Only that his body was discovered this morning. Right next to that very building. Well, you know, kinda doesn't look good. What? No one's told her the news, apparently. I think you understand what I'm getting at. You're considered a suspect. What happened between the 2 of you? Nothing. We simply talked for a few minutes. People generally don't end up dead after just talking. And when we were done, I left. I took the elevator back downstairs. That much we know to be true. As I said, we've seen the footage. That's not the problem here. And what business did you have with the leader of a foreign power? I guess that's true. A judge meeting with someone in that kind of position is kind of like, a little suspect. I'm not at liberty to say. Well, that's unfortunate. I see. Well, I'm not at liberty to leave until I have the answers. Oh, so we're stalling. which case, there's only one thing for it. Oh no. Are we cross-examining her? I guess we are. She's hiding something. And I have to get it out of her. Yes. It's time for the mind chess. Good times. Judge Gabelle met with the president of Zenfa the night before last. Now, I have a right to remain silent. Yada yada yada. Yes, I admit it. We met on the roof of the big building. But it was simply to discuss professional matters, matters that I am not obliged to discuss with you. I'm clearly going to have to work hard to get past her professional defenses. She puts up too impenetrable a facade. I'll probably be better off biding my time. Okie dokie, here we go. I should start by asking what she met the president about. Mind just commence! What did you talk to the president about? Perhaps you could begin by telling us what you met with President Wong to discuss. As I told you, professional matters. AKA mind your own goddamn business. Professional matters, which I do not intend to share with you, so stop asking me! Bide my time! I know the president personally. Yeah, that's really the way to get someone to open up. Well, I know him. I'm his friend. You should tell me. You and friends keep secrets. You and friends keep secrets. I'm so glad you understand. I must say, you're a very busy woman. Judge, a committee member, an occasional aide to us in the field, even. Could argue you're the biggest busybody of them all. Thank you. I take my professional duties very seriously. So these duties include meeting with foreign dignitaries, or is that just your hobby? Yes, of course. From time to time. Yes, yes. The law is my life. Nothing I do falls outside the scope of my duties. So don't got a personal life, huh? You helped us this morning. You returned Kay's promise notebook to us just this morning. Surely you can't claim that fell within the scope of your duties. Well. I am not yet a perfect servant of the law. That much is true. No, you are a human being. And that was an act of simple human kindness. You have feelings, Judge Gavel. And you are allowed to have them. About the president's death, too. No feelings. No feelings, only loitering. Bro has feelings, not the feelings! How can you be human? You are supposed to be a robot, a perfect servant of this structure that we humans have created. I feel bad for her, yeah. She's kind of in a... Well, we don't know the full extent of her backstory yet. Actually, we don't really know anything about her backstory yet. But she kind of seems to be in a hell of her own making. I can still hardly believe it. If I might ask, how did he die? Got crushed by a giant, Godzilla head. Kind of a silly way to go. What did you say? I don't know if they can report that in the media over in Shenfa. Kinda seems ridiculous, you know? He was crushed to death by the head of a monster. A monster known as Tororosaurus. No, I am not shitting you, ma'am. I wish I was. Unfortunately, I am not well known for my jokes, which you should be well aware. Is that true? I mean, why would we lie to you? He died on the set of the movie? Oof. She's overworking herself? Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even Edgeworth himself is like that. I feel like the only at least so far in the games we've played, I think the only Ace Attorney character that has good work-life balance is Phoenix. Like, because you do get the sense that he works quite a lot, but there's also periods where they talk about not having any cases. And I mean, he has his interpersonal connections with, like, Maya and Pearl and, like, Larry and stuff. Like, he has friends outside of work. Like, technically, like, Maya is, like, his assistant and stuff like that, but Larry isn't. Like, he actually has some life outside of his work. It's a small life, but it's something. Edgeworth, like, when's the last time Edgeworth probably went out for drinks? I imagine Phoenix and Larry meet up to have beers, like, maybe every 6 months or something, but that's something. Because he's a bum and only wants to work? Yeah. He's a workaholic for better or for worse. And I mean, that's the thing, right? It's good to be passionate about your profession, about your calling. But then, like, you wake up one day and you're 50 something, you're close to retirement, and it's like, who's there with you, you know? Like, you don't have to get married if that's not your calling, but it's like, where are your friends? Like, where's your family? Especially in his case, because he's orphaned, right? Assuming both his parents were also orphaned and he has no extended family, like, the guy doesn't even, like, go home for the New Year's, like. He's still learning to be kind of human, yeah, and I mean, at the end of the last Ace Attorney game that he's in, he's 35. So still relatively young. And by that point, he's become, like, chief prosecutor, so it's kind of like, there's really nowhere else to climb the corporate ladder without, like, you know, leaving law, basically. So at that point, you would hope he would finally start building his personal connections. Baby's first life. First and only life. It's crazy, I know. Like, no one tells ya. No one tells ya about all this stuff you gotta do. He did. Interesting that you shouldn't even know what Tororosaurus is. What are you talking about, Edgeworth? You're obsessed with the Steel Samurai. That's like the only hobby you have. Why would it be weird if this judge liked, like, kaiju movies? It's worth assuming a woman can't like kaijus, right? Terrible. Bro, like, you like kaijus? That's stupid. Meanwhile, this guy likes the equivalent of Kamen Rider. The kaiju two are kissing cousins, as they say. They're intertwined and inseparable kind of thing. Related, but not quite the same. God. I want to rewatch the Gridman anime. I really liked that. I really liked it. Speaking of women who like kaijus. Oh, I imagine I must have heard it from Eustace. Sure, yeah. Girl, he's the biggest frickin' nerd. Just go check in his office. He's got a steel samurai statue in there. You can just be honest if you're into kaiju. It's fine. I won't judge you, Judge Gavel. I like Gundam. I also like Gundam. I like kaiju. Something about them shooting a movie somewhere near the big building. I mean, you don't gotta be coy about that. You're part of the committee that has an office in the building. It's quite natural for you to know they were filming a movie there. Even if you weren't interested, you probably walked past them at some point. She isn't fooling anybody. She's very clearly upset about something. Well, 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 the plot thickens. She mentioned Mr. Winner, who seems to have disappeared, along with some vital evidence. Perhaps if she won't tell us what she discussed with the president. We can get her to talk about Eustace. Also, I love how we were supposed to be looking for the murder weapon while Fender and Francisca stalled for time. Meanwhile, we're here stalling for time by interrogating Judge Cabell. Well, I hope Regina and Simeon find what they need to, because we sure ain't doing what we're supposed to be. We should try to find out what else she might be hiding. I'm clearly getting under her skin. I need to dig further. Like a terrible rash, like a terrible itch. Where's Mr. Wiener? I mean Winner. Francisca stepped in to take Mr. Winner's place in the trial. But how was she supposed to prosecute the case if he never handed over all the evidence? This clown. My interest is solely in ensuring that a trial proceeds fairly once it has begun. If once it has, vital evidence cannot be presented, it should surprise no one if the accused goes free. Wow. Perfect way to win every trial. Just jump the frickin' prosecution on the way to the courthouse. Like, got him. Bide my time. I am a judge. A servant of the law. My personal thoughts and feelings do not come into it. I mean, if you say so. So you have no personal feelings when it comes to Mr. Winner's disappearance? Of course I do. Well, he's an idiot. I feel responsible. I worry about him terribly, too. Aww. You're worried about someone else as well? Wait, two? Does this mean there's somebody else you're worried about as well? I imagine. Their identity might explain your strangely agitated state. And I don't know what you're talking about. I am the servant of the law, and my feelings are immaterial. God forbid I worry about the minors under my care. You're no servant, you're a person! We are all servants of the law, all of us who stand in the courtroom. But we're not superhuman. You, me, everybody. We're just people underneath it all. Much as we'd like to bury our feelings and remain impartial, that simply isn't possible. That's why there are multiple steps and checks in place in law and politics, because people are people. Hello, hello. What line did I come back to? Hi. You are right, of course. I I am in no fit state to offer impartial judgment. You came back just in time for mind chess. Please, Judge Gavel, just tell us the truth. What's going on? How we doing? We doing good. I hope you had a good work day. Or like it's going well if you're still at work. What do I do? What do I do? Oh my god, that's a new sprite. I've never seen her lose her composure like this. I should ask her who this person is she's so worried about. The professional mask is beginning to slip. An autopilot brain the whole day? Oh, I've been there. You worried about Mr. Winner? The person you're so worried about. Is it Mr. Winner? He has not been seen since he discovered the truth about his father. Of course I am worried about him, but this could also be a valuable test for him. Bide my time? He chose to disappear. And he can choose to reappear. Gonna make your dinner? Okay! Enjoy! And the other person you're worried about can't? Oh, that's not something I'm at liberty to talk about. I don't know what might happen to that poor child if I did. So she's worried about a kid. A poor child? Who do you mean? No, nobody. Please, it was nothing. Ignore it. Ma'am, do you have a kid? It's fine if you have a kid. Like, God forbid. Like, I know society, especially Japanese society, is really hard on working women, but it's fine. It's fine. Judging by the look on her face, I definitely shouldn't. I think that might provide me with a vital clue. Alright, time to interrogate her. Do you have any children, ma'am? Are you worried about Tororosaurus? You worried about the creature? The creature feature? I mean, they'll probably still make the movie. It's probably fine. I really don't have time for jokes, Mr. Edgeworth. You sure? Because you're being pretty darn ridiculous. It's not a joke when I told you how the president was killed. You seemed surprised when I mentioned that he was crushed by Tororosaurus. I mean, valid. I think most people would be surprised to hear that the president got crushed by... you know... That was simply shock at learning how he died. I mean, valid. And where? A half-built film set on an empty lot? Is there something wrong with... It sounds as if something about where he died is particularly troubling to you. No! That's not true at all. It's just... It's just what? Film sets are places where dreams are made, and instead, a great man met his end there. I mean, yes, it's all a terrible, terrible, terrible tragedy. That much is true. I only hope that the utmost care is taken when the news is shared with the cast and crew. Yeah, the 13-year-old on set already knows. I don't think much care was taken at all, I'll be quite honest with you. Crew member found him. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid the cast and crew already know. We met two of them at the scene of the crime, a crew member and a young actor, Sean Fenn. No! Why? Why did this have to happen? It's edgy, it is indeed. Something about the Tororosaurus connection really seems to be upsetting her. You found a lazy way around a super long annoying equation. Hey, let's go, efficiency! worried about? Judge Gavel, who are you so worried about? And where are they? My apologies, but I simply cannot tell you. Time to deploy my clue. That poor child is missing, aren't they? So, this poor child is missing, and you're desperate to find them? And since he said child, I assume the person? I suppose we're right in assuming that this person is a minor? I can't answer, and I won't. Well, that basically says everything. It has no bearing whatsoever on the murder of the president. Are you sure? Time to deploy my clue. It's someone from the movie, isn't it? You seem to get very sensitive every time I mention Tororosaurus. Or I guess Torusaurus. Much must have happened while I was locked in, yeah. How? How did you? I noticed, Taurus, yeah. My brain knows, but for whatever reason, what comes out is an extra roo. Torosaurus. Also, Torosaurus doesn't roll off the tongue well. Torusaurus is a little better. Torosaurus is just fantastic. Choo-choo-choo-doo! Who is this poor child? You have to tell us. Very well. Kukuru, kururu. You've spoken out so much already. I might as well tell you the truth. The person I am so worried about. The person I am so desperate to find. Kururin! The Sean fan. Sean? But why? That is more than I can allow you to know. Judge Gavel, you said you would tell us the truth. And if you don't give it up voluntarily, we will have to force it out of you. Oh, that's nice. Why does it sound like the judge herself is being prosecuted? I mean, she's being interrogated, yeah. They're not in the courtroom. Technically, they're stalling for time right now by talking to her. But she is a suspect because she was the last person, as far as we know, to see the president alive. So, you know... I'm afraid you're just going to have to accept that. I need to get her to tell me why she's so desperate to find Sean. Are you a fan? Are you a fan of Sean's, perhaps? Am I? Yes! Yes, I am! I am an ardent admirer of the work of Sean Fenn, child actor extraordinaire. Except this is his first leading role, so that's already sus. I heard that he was filming near the big building, so I made it my business to learn where the set was and some other important details. I never realized how long that gavel is. Oh yeah, it is a Helta-worthy hammer. I see. I suppose that makes sense. As a fan, you'd want to know such things. We're not gonna think about the implications of a 20-something-year-old being the fan of a 13-year-old. I imagine you would also have tried to learn when he was supposed to be on set. Yes, of course. You creep. He said he would be filming there all day today. You hear that from Sean himself? I think she just readily agreed to being his fan to try and throw us off the truth. Considering how concerned she is, I imagine he's like a relative or something. TD is sick of calling the police. I am so sick of calling the police. I might have to become Batman. Just hang him upside down from the ankles? Are you gonna leave him alone? Are you gonna stop stalking little, like, 13-year-olds, huh? Huh? They're middle schoolers are still kids! Breaking people's backs to J-Body. I wouldn't go that far. For the kids, though, sure. You gotta agree to not bother the children, or we will feed you to the mood bees, and the mood bees are just milling about underneath like a pack of piranhas. Just gonna dive up to the DD Mobile, and the DD Mobile lost its wheel, and the Joker did ballet. Hey! Paddle-doo, paddle-doo, paddle-doo-doo-doo. You only know the SpongeBob version? I didn't even know there was a SpongeBob version. Oh God. There's a version about Robin laying an egg too. Is that even still a... Barnacle Boy laid an egg, there we go. Jingle bells, Batman smells, Robin laid an egg. The Batmobile lost a wheel, a Joker did ballet. Hey! I'd imagine the SpongeBob one was based off the Batman one. Because SpongeBob... I wasn't big on SpongeBob. But SpongeBob did come out when I was still a kid. SpongeBob is old. That's the full thing? Oh my god. I don't think he'd be sharing his schedule with a mere fan, do you? I don't know, what you looking up? Oh, I wasn't looking up, I was getting distracted by us talking about songs and stuff. My brain just completely, like, gapped out there for a second. Oh, it's 9:30, that would be why. My brain is, like, it's time to power down for the night. We can't save in the middle of, like, Mind Chess, though, so we'll definitely finish Mind Chess at least. No. I misspoke. Ignore me. Every slip of the tongue she makes seems to do with Sean. And now we know she's spoken with him. That's an important clue. God, though, the whole, what you looking up thing reminds me of the early Final Fantasy days when my setup was different and everyone knew when I was looking at the other monitor to check a guide, because, you know, old Final Fantasies, it was really difficult to know where to go, especially the first one. I think Adios was like, Dee, stop reading the guide. And I'm like, wait, you guys can see it. They're like, yeah, your whole head turns. I'm like, oh. Do you know him? Do you know Sean personally? He's famous. I doubt there are many people who do not know him. Kind of like you with the Minish Cap. Some old games, there's just no way, Marcus. They padded the game out by making you wander around and trying everything. Which is like, whatever. Not really fun for a stream, you know? Especially when you're a new streamer and you're still not used to generating conversations yourself. I certainly didn't until today. Then you clearly need to be better informed. Perhaps I could teach you a few things. Okay, now you just sound like you're an obsessed fan. Someone call the police! We got a crazy stage mob! Imagine having no internet and having to find the most obscure path or something? I don't need to imagine. I lived it. I think I've told this story before, but if I didn't, it took me, it felt like hours. It was probably only like 15 to 20 minutes to get out of the house in Pokemon Blue. Because that was one of my first video games. And, you know, I was expecting there to be a door in the wall. It didn't click that, like, you know, you had to walk on the mat. And I mean, I tried walking on the mat, but you had to be in the exact center of it for it to work, right? And I go to Papa Melis and I'm like, I can't get out of the house. And Papa Melis, like, he plays computer games, but he hasn't played, like, you know, 8-bit whatever. So he can't figure it out either. Eventually, I managed. But yeah, and then my first time encountering poison in the old Pokemon games where like the screen would shake and flicker and stuff, I thought my Game Boy was broken. I was so upset telling Mama Melis. Because the game doesn't exactly tell you, hey, by the way, when your Pokemon's poisoned, the screen is going to shake and flash. I was just like 7 or 8 years old, playing a video game for the first time. Like, I had played some computer games before that point, but like nothing intense because again, I was like 7 or 8 years old. You know, I was playing like, you know, Arthur and stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, sometimes they're like, nowadays people are like, oh my god, this tutorial is so hand-holdy. I'm like, they have to do that though. Because when they didn't hold your hand, it was a bad time. Thought it kind of sad that we will never be able to experience certain tropes again for the first time. Well, yeah. That's why there's always like, oh, if there's a game you could forget and experience for the first time, what would it be, kind of thing. And I mean, you sort of can. Over time, you do forget most of the details of a game, so if you wait long enough, it's almost like it's new. It's not going to be perfectly new, but... There's almost nothing I don't know about him. I mean, Tales of the Abyss is one of my favorite games, but it's been so long since I've played it because it's only available on the 3DS or the PS2. Both of which, like, I have, but, you know, they're a pain in the butt to run with modern stuff nowadays, and my 3DS's speaker is broken. So I haven't played it in, like, 10 years, so yeah. I remember some major points, but like a lot of the plot, I'm like... That new gamer genre is always around the corner. So true. There's almost nothing I don't know about him. Okay, obsessed. Obsessed. Either she really is an obsessed fan, or she is, in fact, his, like, relative. Like, whether that be a sister, or, like, an aunt, or something like that. The kid? Sean? No, he was on the set. And then, like, he ran off, so we don't know where he is. He's not here, though. Oh, Edgy? No, he's just standing. They're just in a hallway in the courthouse. Forgive me. I allowed myself to get a little carried away. I'm just a crazy stage mom. Don't worry about it. Don't overthink it. That seems to happen quite a bit when the subject of Sean comes up. Look. I do not know him personally. I simply know a lot about him. Time to deploy the clue. You must have spoken to him. I can understand you're being worried about Sean, but you seem a little too worried. And you implied before that you had spoken to him. Which must surely mean that you know him personally. I know. Pep's starting to cause mischief. I'm like, girl, I know you want your 10 p.m. snackies. Be patient. I can't save the game right now. How How did I give away so much? I mean, you're hyperventilating. So the two of you are acquainted. This is surely an important clue. Meow. Do you know where he is? We're trying to find Sean, too. Do you have any idea where he might be? Why would I have any idea about that? The two of us aren't connected in any way at all. You are a terrible liar. The two of you are very much connected. I don't know what exactly the connection is between you and Sean, but I know for certain that it exists. You've as good as told us that it does. Please, Judge Gabel, you have to try and help us find him. Help you? That would never be allowed. By who? The goddess of justice? The one person who knows where he is. Did he get kidnapped? The person who kidnapped him? At last. Oh, was the condition? Part of the condition that she messed with the trial so Fifi Legald would be declared innocent? Because the whole reason we're in this situation is that vital evidence went missing. At last, the puzzle pieces are finally starting to fall into place. I know why you're so reluctant to tell us anything about your relationship with Sean. Admit it. He's been kidnapped, hasn't he? Oh. Judge Gavel? I need you to tell me the truth. All of it. Very well. This time, I will tell you everything. Your intuition was correct. Sean has been kidnapped. I knew it. But why does that have anything to do with you? That's a weird sentence, but most people would say, but what does that have to do with you? I am, that is, Sean is. He's my son. Oh! She really is a stage mom. What? Well, we may not have found out what she and President Wong were talking about. But we found out something just as important. Sean has been abducted! How old is she? We can check her profile. I think she said she's in her 20s, so 26? She'd be 13 then, because he's 13 years old. So I assume it's an adoption. I assume she did not give birth to this child. I hope so. I mean, in anime, it could go either way. Please see Kadocha. What? You're Sean's mom, Judge Gavel? Dee Dee? Look, I was right. I mean, look. The main character in Kodocha's mother was 13, 14 when she gave birth to her. So, I mean... No, wait, come on. You're too young. It's true. I am Sean's mother. Look. Ah, yes, a magazine clipping totally proves that this is your child. You always carry this with you? Yes, everywhere I go. I guess you could call it a kind of talisman. It certainly speaks to the bond between them. And you're sure he's been kidnapped? Unfortunately, yes. I received a phone call from the kidnapper just before the trial began. Did they make any demands? Only one, that Fifi Legald be found not guilty, of course. Was it? Okay, wait, hold on. Is it the killer? Is the killer up to this again? If you guys don't remember the second game, Shelly the killer kidnapped Maya with the stipulation that Matt Ungard be found not guilty. And now we have Sean getting kidnapped with the condition that Fifi Legald be found not guilty. And we know the killer is involved. He showed up in the game and he called us not that long ago. Well, that certainly explains what we saw in there. Without the eyes, I question the prosecutor. That's why you came so close to declaring her innocent. I have failed in my duty to the law. I am a judge. If I cannot arbitrate with impartiality, I make a mockery of justice. And yet, I tried to force through a ruling based on nothing but my own self-interest. Judge Gavel, the goddess must be furious with me. But I just couldn't do it. I couldn't sacrifice my son on the altar of justice. I couldn't remain impartial when it mattered most. I mean, we'd call you a demon if you did. Like, if you're like, whatever. Kill the kid, I don't care. All hail justice. Of course you couldn't. Are you crazy? Okay. No parent could just give up on their child like that. If that makes the goddess of justice mad, then I'm sorry, but she's wrong. If she really thinks that way, then she's the guilty one. Isn't that right, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes. Declaring the goddess guilty? That's bold. I mean, Kay is right. As I told you, though we all serve the law, we are also only human. And none of us could or should be expected to sacrifice a child for the sake of a verdict. Thank you. Both of you. But the trial must continue. There is no escaping that. Your Honor, there you are. We've been listening this whole time? What kind of fricked up shit is this? It seems it is time. Judge Gavel. My dad was a prosecutor. He was? Yeah. He used to work in a courtroom, just like you do. And I was thinking about what he would have done if he was in your position right now. If a prosecutor were forced to insist that a clearly innocent suspect be found guilty, I know what he would have done. Anything. That's what he would have done. Anything to get me back. You know I've been a bailiff before, Dee Dee? You have? Anime in a class court? Oh my god. The way I just instantly thought you. I was like, oh my god, Art's been a security guard. Just stamp gullible across my forehead. I knew you when I needed that shock? Terrible. To jail! To jail with you! How dare you mess with me? What do you mean? To get him back. To snatch him from the jaws of danger. I'm the second Yatagata suit. And if you agree to trust me, I promise I'll get him back for you. The music fits so well right now. I love Kay's theme. The thief who steals only the truth and perhaps one or two other things. Well, Judge Gavay, what do you say? Will you trust the great thief to steal back that which matters most to you? Mr. Edgeworth, I'd like to help too, if that's all right with you. Thank you. I know I am in no position to ask this of you, but please, please, see that he comes home safely. Oh, we will. Don't worry. You can count on us. Here. Oh! The strap is of Torosaurus. Oh, here. Take my cell phone. The kidnapper may call again. You'll get it back, along with your son. I promise. I will do everything I can to draw out the trial. But I don't imagine I can give you more than about 2 hours at best. 2 hours. That gives us until 2 p.m. It's a little toy Torosaurus. Yeah, it's a phone strap. That's so cute. I mean, I wasn't wrong. She's a crazy stage mom. But she's supporting her son's career in her own way, which is very cute. Please, I'm counting on you. And here I thought the great thief was on sabbatical. Well, hold on to your hat because she's back in business. Let's do this. My first commission. I can't afford to mess it up. In that case, we better start looking right away. Where to begin? Where did he go? Maybe he just went home. You're right. They won't be doing any filming today after all. Yeah, sure. Maybe he went on the lam. Perhaps we should see if Sean left any clues behind at the big building. Hey, what are you doing giving orders? This is a great thief operation. I'm in charge now. Is that so? Then what am I? You're my assistant. First assistant to the great thief Yatagarasu. Talk about an honor. The great thief Yatagarasu was originally 3 people acting as one. I could also be the great thief. I've been relegated to thief's assistant. All right, let's get to work. Team Yatagarasu, move out! The bailiff's like, bruh, what the heck is going on? I got so excited doing that, I pointed, and I knocked my mic around. All right, here we are. Ready? On 3. Just follow my lead. You'll be fine, okay? Huh. What exactly are you talking about? Even in the depths of the night. Hey, your turn. Keep up, will you? Why are you making me do this? Because the great thief Yatagarasu just arrived at the scene of the crime, dummy. How is anybody supposed to know that if we don't announce her appearance? You may be a thief, but I most certainly am not. Ah, fine, I'll do it on my own. Even in the depths of night, when no other bird dares to take flight, one alone soars to shine the light of righteousness on the world's blight. Jesse! And James! I'm very much aware of who you are, thank you. Now shall we get on with this investigation? Ugh, no fun at all. We don't have time for fun! To protect the world from devastation, to unite all worlds and in our nation, to denounce the evils of truth and love, to extend our reach to the stars above! Alright, well, we have a photo. Let's show it to a few people, see if it jogs any memories. Oh my god, is that Will Powers? I think it is. We'll have to talk to him next time, though. We gotta wrap up. I love when childhoods match. Pokemon is just, I mean, I know Pokemon is still decently big. And it was still decently big when you guys were, like, little. In, like, you know, 2000s to 2010. But I cannot overstate how absolutely massive it was in the 90s. Like, Widow? Just a widow, little movie, you know, just a widow. Just imagine it like a little jelly moonbeam with a pacifier. You got a raid? Sure. Sounds good. Alrighty. Pokemon was life. It sure was. It's one of your face birthdays. Oh, very nice. Birthday raids are always nice. Okay. Let me triple check that we saved. Okay, I did not actually save. Good thing I triple checked. I mean, autosave saves the day. It was yesterday. But let's give her a little belated birthday message. Sure. Okay. I got distracted for a second because I looked over. Mogu is behind my mirror for some reason. Like, I just see her tail sticking out. I'm like, why are you back there? You've never done that. What are you doing? Because, like, I just have a mirror leaning against the wall. I'm like, what? Girl? It's at the end of the stream. It is indeed. We're getting ready to raid. So, yes. Let me just... Right before your favorite part in the game. Well, I am playing it again tomorrow. So come on back tomorrow if you're able to. Same time, 7 p.m. EST. And then we will also be playing it on Saturday. Since we're so close to the end of the game, I figured we'd do a bunch of streams for it this week and see if we can wrap it up. We'd love to have you tomorrow. Exactly. We're playing it 3 times this week. So, ta-da. Was super fun. Excellent. I'm glad. Alrighty. So, yes. Tomorrow, more Ace Attorney investigations. For now, let us get ready for raid. Also, did you say next United fight is soon? It is. Oh, is it next week? No, it's not. It's the 21st. Okay. So 2 weeks. Ah! You love them? Aw, that's nice to hear. Yeah, I skipped last time. Sometimes I skip the United fights just because I'm like, I don't have the yap in me this time. But I think this time we'll do it. Alrighty, so yes. Time to wrap things up. Usually it's a DD Yapathon, so I love it. Exactly. I think last time there were a bunch of games that like had just come out that I wanted to play, so I was like, you know what, I'll skip it this time. It's usually free sound bites too. Fair enough. Alrighty, there is Raid. There's Discord, which should be with the new link that's not expired. And if you're feeling all fanciful, with the Christmas season approaching, there is DD merch. Actual DD merch. All the stuff on the mugs and the sweaters and stuff was hand-drawn by me. It's all slightly cursed, because I am not an artiste. But hey, still fun. Alrighty. Do-do-do-do-do. Let's go see Eraser. Un momento. I'm glad. That was just full-on sass. I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not having this. Oh my god, they're playing Stardew. And there's a little creatura. Creatura. Potato, patata. Alrighty. Creatura. Alrighty. Speaking of creaturas, I gotta go run and feed the cats before they decide to eat me. Alrighty. That's gonna be it for me. I will see you guys tomorrow. For now, that's gonna be it. So, if it's daytime where you are, have a wonderful rest of your day. And if it's nighttime, have a great rest when you head on off to bed. Until next time, take care of yourself. Wash your face. Brush your teeth. Eat a good food. And I will see you next time.